Hey folks, it's Florida Deere. Thanks for joining me today. So as you can see, these pictures are pictures of what the garden looked like before I got to the tilling, and I had this pile of leaves that you see me trying to spread out here, and I was just basically too lazy when I was doing the leaf catching to drive the tractor all the way around the gate and stuff, so I just backed it up to that one spot in the front yard and then dumped it into the garden, which is actually fine because that's what we often do with the leaves anyways, is just till them up into the garden area or some other place that we're going to use them. And I have tilled this section with the 1023 with the 48-inch tiller before, and it's sort of a bear to do it with that. It's much better to do it with this 322 with the garden tiller, because it's just a lot more maneuverable to get the smaller tractor with the smaller tiller in there as well. And I think I even had the bucket on, maybe I had the loader on without the bucket or something like that with the 1023. So it was sort of pain in the butt, just the lack of maneuvering space that I had in this little section. So this ended up doing a really good job with the 322, and it's smaller tiller, so I have no complaints on how it handled everything in here. So one of the things I might suggest if you're setting up a garden is that you set up a garden where you have access on two sides. Basically, this is like probably the next to the worst setup. The worst setup is what I had before, where I had actually the thing entirely fenced with a small gate that you could access this area with, which I had to put the get the tractor in there. But what I have is it's enclosed on three sides, which is the house, and the azaleas on the other side of the fence there, and then the azaleas on this side of our fence on the far left side of this video here. And then where the camera is positioned is the open side. It's probably the biggest side, the open side, which is good, but getting in and out with the access is just sort of a pain in the butt. And I think it's just better to have like east and west open or north and south open, so you can cross all the way through it and then go back across, or completely open where in a couple minutes here you'll see me cross tilling it. So I'll till it north and south as I'm doing right now, and then I'll go back and do sort of an east-west tilling to try to make sure it's really ground up and all those leaves and everything else is worked in. So you'll see that in a couple minutes here. But that's what I would recommend, is if you're going to have a garden or an area that you would till regularly or semi-regularly, that you allow a little more access than I've allowed right here. So that's my tip for this video. So another tip that I might recommend would be burying your irrigation pipes at least a foot down, maybe even more. So in other parts of the country, that might be something you already do because of permafrost or whatever you guys call it, and we don't really have that in Florida. So basically the standard for irrigation pipes or sprinkler systems is basically 4 inches, maybe 6 at the most, which is probably what I did here, or maybe a little bit deeper than that. But it still kind of causes me a little bit concern when I'm tilling that I don't end up grabbing a line, and worse yet, grabbing a service line, and then the whole hole filling up with water, and then I have to go do a plumbing repair right in the middle of a tilling job. So that'd be another thing I'd consider. Okay, so as you can see, this stuff is basically powder now. And you see that mound right there, how fluffy it makes it. I mean, that's, you know, pretty fluffy. Everywhere I go, I gotta sink in. So I think what I'm gonna do is just lightly rake it with the seeds into it. I got wildflower seed mix or butterfly garden or something like that. And we have the butterfly garden over there. But you know, that was, you know, planted plants. This will just be seeds that I throw down. And the reason why I do this here is it's in an enclave of the yard that's just weird to mow. So I used to try to have a garden there, but that never worked. That's why I have chickens now. I can't grow anything that's edible, so I have chickens because they produce something that's edible. So it's indirect, you know, that I'm able to do that. But landscape plants, obviously I can grow, but I can't grow anything you can eat. So anyways, so we just put wildflower, you know, wild seeds here just to see them pop up and make pretty flowers and stuff, kind of like what you had seen before. Kind of like this plant right here, I believe, is one of the seeds. I don't know what that is, but we'll let that one grow. And so I'll rake this over and sprinkle it down.
Hey folks, if you like this video, you can hit the like button. That would help me out. And if you want to see more videos about the John Deere garden tractors or John Deere 1 series, you can hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.